Hey guys, so here we are. We're going to do a flight training with Olmy. We're going to fly from Kunsan to Kimpo Air Base using TACAN, do some touch and goes, and then fly back. So let's get the plane started. Cowboy 1-1 in the pit. 'Ll have to wait and see. Cowboy 1-1 in the pit. 2, can you hear me?
One, did you hear me? Over.
I can hear you now.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for my bit to complete and then I should be ready to roll.
Roger, sounds good.
1, I am ready to roll when you are.
Alright, once your jet is ready, just roll it about 10 or 20 feet outside of your hangar. Alright, your left knee, they should see a parking brake. Put your parking brake on.
Parking brakes on.
Alright, on your ICP, you're going to hit the 1 button for TILS. Then we're going to type 83 and enter for 83 X-ray. You should see your channel change to 83. You're then going to use the up and down arrows on your keyboard or your rocker to go down to the frequency.
Okay.
Once you put the 83 X-ray in, then we're going to put in the 109.9 for Kimpo's 14 left runway.
I don't seem to be able to highlight frequency. It goes straight down to CRF.
Just go back up to the spot that has the 2 asterisks on the sides and type it in there.
Okay, and what was the frequency?
1099. Once you put that in, you should see the frequency change, and it's going to see move down to CRS. You're going to put 140 for the runway bearing.
Okay, that's all set.
Alright, so now if you look between your knees, you should see an arrow on the HSD. It's pointing towards Kimpo. Once we get airborne, the miles will change to the actual distance.
Okay, am I looking at the large needle, the navigation needle?
Negative. On the top outside perimeter should be a little gray arrow, and that's going to point in the direction of the TACAN.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, so the TACAN is set up, ILS is set up. Once we get there and we're ready to land, we will turn the ILS knob on and switch our navigation to ILS, but we won't do that until we're ready. So I'm going to taxi, and we're going to be taking a left-hand turn to get to the runway.
Roger that.
Cowboy 1-1, ready for departure. Taxi, runway 18. Hold short.
Okay, guys.
Cowboy 1-1, finish sound approach. Runway 18 for takeoff.
Flight 1's taking active left.
Okay, taking active right.
Cowboy 1-2, Gunasan Tower. Taxi clear of the runway.
Okay.
One running him up. Brakes off. Full burn. One is airborne.
Cowboy 1-1, Gunasan Tower. Resume on navigation.
2 airborne.
Cowboy 1-2, hold short. Cowboy 1-2, Gunasan Tower. Resume on navigation.
Alright, we're going to make a left-hand turn towards bearing 360.
Roger that.
Why is my TACAN not working? Hold tight. Some reason my TACAN's not giving me what I'm expecting.
What should we be seeing?
You should have a bearing somewhere off to like 030 in like 80 to 100 miles.
No, it seems to be pointing towards our airfield that we just took off from.
Yep. I'm gonna put in Saracen's TACAN for now to see if that changes it. Its ILS is 1115. The bearing is 0. Okay, that appears to be working. So let me. But to the left of the HSI, you'll see mode. You have to change the mode to TACAN. It'll be the second option. There'll be a left click. Let's see, 83.
Yeah, I've changed mode to TACAN. Was that the problem? We were the wrong mode?
I changed the modes, but it still wasn't working on the other one. I've switched it to Saracen's now, and I'm going to try to switch it back to Kimpo and see if it changes. It is 109.
Okay, 'cause the bug now we... Oh, yeah, it's not giving me anything now. The miles are just... I've got red hashes for them.
Yeah, it's the same I get for Kimpo. I go to the ILS, and we're going to put in Saracen, which is 52 X-ray.
Okay. What's the frequency and the CRS?
It is going to be frequency 1115 and CRS of 020.
Okay, that's entered.
Alright, if you have on attack mode, you should see the bug pointing to about 340 and about 14 miles.
Yeah, I've got that.
Alright, let's turn to that bug. We'll just do the touch and goes here at Saracen.
Okay, I'm on course.
Alright, once you come over Saracen, we're going to make a left-hand brake, and it will fall into the pattern to do touch and goes.
Roger that. I'm over Saverton now.
Alright, 1 is braking, and 3, 2, 1, brake.
Okay, I don't see you, so I'm just going to do the left turn.
Shaft flare.
Alright, and we're landing on 2 right.
What's breaking and falling into the pattern is, you know, if there's something specific I'm supposed to be doing.
There's ILS. You're going to want to descend, falling into the pattern. You come down and descend into the pattern altitude.
What would that be, the altitude?
For the Viper, is usually around 1,500 feet.
And what speed should I aim for?
In the pattern, you want to be below 300 knots.
Okay, no problem.
And then you come down and you line up to do the touch and go on the runway. It's going to be the right-hand runway. Alright, on your mode, you want to switch it to ILS nav on the far right, and then you want to make sure on your left-hand side you turn the ILS knob to on.
Did you say mode ILS now?
Correct.
Whereabouts is the ILS on button?
It's going to be to your left thigh. You should see an ILS knob, TACAN knob. It's going to say like you turn it to the right to INC.
Yeah, I've already set that to on.
Okay, once you line up on the runway, then your ILS needles and stuff will line up and give you the correct glide slope and path.
Okay, I think I'm at the wrong end of the runway.
It's okay, just keep follow it around left and just keep making the left pattern and then turn on to 2 right. Alright, so you can continue to make a left-hand turn to get into the pattern. I'm coming past you on your left wing. Alright, so bring your altitude down.
Send in.
Alright, Alright, my fuel state is 046. What is your fuel state?
Fuel state is 05.
Alright, we should have enough to do a couple passes. Once you're, the end of the runway is about 45 degrees to your left wing, you're going to make your turn onto base.
Roger that.
Alright, 1 is turning base.
Okay, 2 turning.
Once I turn base, I usually drop my gear.
Dropping gear.
I will land on the active left of the runway. 1 turn and final.
2 turning. And I'm landing right.
Yep, we're going to land on the right runway, and you're going to land on the right side of it.
What should my touchdown speed be?
Usually I land between 150 and 170.
And we're going for the very right runway.
Yes, the wide and short runway. Then when you touch down, just put in your speed brakes, full throttle, and take off. Alright, and once you take off, just make a left-hand turn and continue that same pattern around the airbase. Stay below 350 knots and below 1,500 feet, and make your pattern close to the runway.
Okay, turning left. On that run, I felt like I was coming in too steep.
When you're landing, when you put your gear down, you get the AOA bracket in your HUD, and then you get the line at 2.5 degrees. You want to put your flight path marker inside that bracket, and all of that right at the 2.5 degrees on the HUD as you touch down, and that will be perfect rear wheel touchdown angle of attack.
Yeah, I was more like at 5 degrees.
Yeah, 5 degrees will be tail strike. I am up and out of the way. I'm just going to orbit here at 5,000 feet above and just watch. Hey guys, how's it going? We're just doing some touch and go training here in Falcon BMS. Let me do something real quick. There we go. That way I can see.
Okay, I'm turning base.
Roger. Ah. Usually through base and final, I'll keep my speed above 200 knots.
Yeah, I let it drop a bit there.
Yeah, that way I have enough speed to make that turn, and then once I turn on the final, then I'll start getting my speed in line.
Okay, I'm turning towards final.
You are getting the ILS needles, are light slope and line on your HUD.
I've got them on the hood, yeah, but they're not in the right positions.
When you fly over the inner runway, are you getting the ILS beacon sound?
Yes.
Okay, so it is picking up the ILS. It's just you might have to be closer to the runway to be in, for them to activate.
Okay, at least I was down that time.
Alright, just following around the pattern a couple more times. Why is my tank hat not working for Kimpo? Kimpo is 83. Two. 1099. One 40. I have no idea what this is. It is not liking Kempo's Tacan. Let me do. Kunsan is 75.
When I turn on base, should my altitude still be at 1500?
No, you should be coming down through 1500 by the time you turn on the base.
That might be why I'm too high then.
Yeah, usually you're 1500 when you're on the downwind, and then when I turn base and then turn to final, I'm coming down. So I'd probably say I'm about 1,000 feet when I turn on the final.
Okay, that's what I'll aim for.
Kunsan is 110. 3 and 3's. No. Dang it.
Okay, turning on base.
Well, Kempo's Tacan is working. Okay. Fuel's at 3,500.
Turning on final.
I'm gonna make this 353.
Cowboy 11, pay me approach 180 at 04 knots.
Look at that now as well.
Amy. Shoot. There's no way that's VHF. Yeah, that's not. To fuel state. I'm on the wrong one, that's why. To fuel state. Two, what is your fuel state?
039.
Alright, Roger. One more, and then we're going to fly back to Kempo. I'm not able to get the tower here to answer.
Roger that.
We're going to have to look into that, because that supposed to be the tower frequency for Seosin, but it was Hamey.
Cowboy 1-1, inbound for landing.
Good morning, Cowboy 1, pay me approach, runway 20 left. Welcome back.
Maybe. It may be working. Give me a second. I'm going to land and see if it'll let me refuel using this radio frequency.
Roger that.
Hey, online. Thank you for the host. Did I really just freaking tweak the landing gear at that fucking... No.
Am I okay to carry on my landing, or do you want me to just hang on?
Cowboy 1-1, pay me tower. Next time, wait your turn.
You're clear to land. I'm landing on the other runway.
Roger that.
Crappers.
Okay, turn on base.
Well, my gear down, but it definitely sounded crunchy for there at the end. Make this a full stop landing.
Roger that. Turn on final.
Request hot refuel.
Okay, the frequency works. They're giving me fuel. It's just the airbase appears to have a different name.
Roger that.
Alright, we're about to take back off. We just gotta land and get some fuel.
My ILS needles are lined up perfectly this time.
Yeah, it's gonna be an altitude issue then. Two, check landing gear.
Cheers for that.
I could have ended the flight very quickly right there. Looking good on speed and angle. Yeah, he did. You see the two white solid boxes on the runway?
Yes.
Usually that's about where we try to touch down, just so you know in the future. That's where your gear usually should touch down. Come to a full stop, and then I'm parked on the left-hand side. So at the end of this runway,
Cowboy
just take a
1-2,
left.
pay me tower. Next time, wait your turn.
No, he's doing really good. Just a lot of people don't know that about the boxes on the runway. They give you an idea of where your wheels should touch down. And then once you get over here, I'll give you the radio frequency, and you can call for a hot refuel. That last landing was really good. Alright, hit F1 on your keyboard to bring up your UHF.
Roger that.
Switch, type in channel 18 and hit enter.
Okay.
You have to hit F1 again, and then use the rocker or your down keys to get down to the frequency at the bottom.
Yeah, I've done that.
Alright, and then the frequency is going to be 353.10. And then once you put it in, you want to hit the T button and call for chocks, and then call for hot refuel.
Three five 3 point. I didn't get anything then. Can you hear me? Three, can you hear me?
Yes, yeah, I can hear you. I'm going to do a uniform check to make sure you're on the same channel. Uniform check. Gosh, stupid stutter, dude. Two, uniform check. Two, uniform check.
I'm not hearing anything on uniform.
Okay. Hit your F1 button again.
Yeah, done it.
Alright, and you have the 353.1 as the frequency for channel 18.
Yeah, UHF is set to 351.0.
Yeah, you want 353.10. Uniform check. Gosh, stupid stutter, dude. I don't know what's going on with my...
Okay, can you talk me through how to change it? Because it doesn't seem to want to change.
Okay, so you're gonna be on that page at F1. You're gonna push the down arrows until you get to the frequency, and then you type it in using the numbers on the ICP.
Yeah, sorry, I pressed down, but it didn't seem to go onto the right bit, but I've got it now. And it was 353.10?
Correct. Yeah, you'll have to push it, I think it's like 4 or 5 times to get it down to the right line.
Yeah, it's now set.
Alright, now hit T, and then chunks, and then T, and refuel. What you can do is you can hit list on your ICP, and then you can hit 2 for bingo, and you can watch the fuel being loaded into the plane. Alright, is it being refueled?
Negative. Okay, I changed it, and then for some reason it changed back to the original frequency. So I've got it up to, it's now changed to 353.1. How do I do it so it won't revert?
You have to hit the enter button to enter it on the ICP.
I've done that. Okay, it's there this time. I'll try it again.
Two, uniform check.
It's 2. You're loud and clear.
Alright, try the tower now.
In place.
Request hot refuel.
There it goes. Alright, now we're going to go hit 1 on the ILS and put in the TACAN and ILS information for Kunsan. Kunsan?
Okay, I'm on ILS. The channel was 83, was it? Or 83?
Kunsan is 75 X-ray.
Okay, so 75 X-ray.
Alright, the ILS frequency is 110.30. And the CRS is just 0.
Okay, can you give me that frequency again?
110.30. Let me fix my
And core?
0.
Okay, that's all put in.
Roger. Go back to your bingo page and see what your fuel state is.
It's currently 067 and climbing.
Okay, once it stops climbing, let me know and they're done refueling. Oops. There we go.
It's done climbing.
Okay, we're going to taxi out. We'll take a right on the first runway and take off back towards Kunsan.
Roger that.
Sorry guys, give me 1 second. So just blow my Discord up. Okay. We're just gonna do a rolling takeoff.
Roger that, one takeoff.
Cowboy 1-1, hey me tower, taxi clear of the runway. Cowboy 1-2, hey me tower, taxi clear of the runway.
Two's airborne.
Alright, and on your TACAN, you should be able to go to the TACAN mode and see the bug, and we're 38 miles from Kunsan. Alright, I'm on your left wing. Come over here and form up on me.
Chaff, flare.
Sorry, say again, over you're a bit quiet then.
I'm on your left wing. Come over here and form up on me.
Chaff, flare.
Okay, I'm on course for Kunsan. One, was you trying to say something to me then?
Yeah, I'm coming underneath you. We're going to come into the pattern here.
Yeah, I see you.
We're going to go into a right-hand pattern.
Roger that. Falling into the right hand pattern.
Alright, we're going to come down. We're going to do touch and goes here.
And we're heading into the runway 0, aren't we?
Yeah, so we're going to come to the left side of runway and we'll turn back for runway 36. Don't forget to change your mode on your HSI to all the way to the right to ILS nav.
Yeah, we're in ILS nav.
Change our uniform frequency to 15 for Kunsan Tower. You come to.
Okay, I'm on uniform 15.
One thing I'm noticing is that you're making your patterns a little too big. You want to try to stay a little bit closer to the runway when you make your pattern.
Okay, yeah, we'll do that.
Alright, one turn in final. Sorry, turn in base. One turn in final now.
Is this a full stop landing?
No, we're going to do a couple touch and goes.
Roger that.
Cowboy 1-1. Wind check. Cowboy 1-1. Finish down approach. 180 at 04 knots.
2 turning on base.
Cowboy 1-1. Finish on tower. Next time, wait your turn.
That's you, Toll. 2 turning on final. Damn it, I got confused there. I'm headed for the wrong runway.
There's only one runway that runs parallel with the water.
Yeah, yeah.
You don't want to speed up above 200 knots as you're maneuvering. The runway is off to your right. You can just continue to make a right-hand turn onto the runway.
Yeah, I see it.
Alright, I am up and away and into an orbit. We will level altitude. Alright, and then continue your right hand pattern. Off to the right of you, you should see some water. You want to keep your pattern inside of that water to the right.
Roger that.
And again, same, 350 knots, 1500 degrees, or 1500 feet altitude. Yeah, so about here you turn to your downwind.
Okay, I'm on downwind now. Send on base. I'm turning on final.
Oops. Make sure I don't fuck my plane up. Alright. Alright, we'll do one touch and go here, and then we'll come back around and then do a full stop.
Roger that.
God, I can't talk today.
Cowboy, 1-2, gonna sound tower. Next time, get a clearance before landing. Cowboy, 1-1, inbound for landing. Good morning, Cowboy. 1, gonna sound approach. Runway 18, welcome back.
Alright, one is coming in for the full stop. Two, fuel state.
145.
Bingo, he's doing good.
Okay, turning on base.
Cowboy 1-1. Tucson Tower. Next time, wait your turn.
I called for clearance, asshat.
And turning on final.
Alright, one is turning off the runway.
This one feels a lot better.
Cowboy 1-2. Tucson Tower. Next time, get a clearance before landing.
Alright, when it's done, just pull off and you can come to a stop and exit.
You just want me to exit here?
Yeah. Yeah. Overall, not too bad. The like I said, just a little bit tighter on the patterns, but that just takes time and experience.
Yeah, just trying to sort out my button for because I'm going from one communication system to another. Yeah, I think just practicing that, I feel I've learned a lot. So, but obviously, I've got to work at that before it becomes second nature. But at least now I know when, where what speed and altitude and when to turn and stuff and what I'm aiming for.
Yeah, and so like when we do the brakes, we're literally just flying into that and making a break into the pattern from whichever direction. So when I say that we're braking and falling into the pattern, that literally just that we're coming over the airfield and we're braking, and then wherever we're at, we're gonna fall into the downwind and then make our turn into final.
Yeah, when you say brake, do you mean it's a tight turn, or do you mean that you're actually putting your air brakes on?
No, brake means I'm turning.
Yeah, okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah, brake is the actual turn. And depending on which way the pattern is, whatever, it's usually you brake and you come in, you're braking and turning into the downwind. And the one flight we had, we did the brake late and we literally broke into base, and we literally just did a spiral down from altitude into final and land. So it was really quick, which that was a little unorthodox, which is why you clearly you flew past it, because you weren't expecting us to brake like that.
No, yeah, some of the terminology I'm still getting used to, and obviously the maneuvers, even the simple maneuvers. If you haven't done them before, you can end up disorientated and not know what's happening.
Hey Henrik, this is BMS. Yeah, and that's again, it's one of those things. It just takes time and experience. A lot of the times when we do the campaign flights and stuff together, it's all the same. Like, we use the same radio frequencies, we use the same tactics, we fly the same formations, and it's just so that way everyone, when we go into a flight, so we do it the same way each time, just so that way you know what to expect.
Yeah, well, hopefully I'll get used to it quite quickly.
And the goal is, like I said, we'll do a couple trainings each week, and then, like I said, every other week we're going to do one campaign flight for the Euro guys. So we'll have, you'll start getting in and being able to do the campaign missions and stuff. So.
Yeah, the sooner I can get in those campaign missions, the better. And that's with, obviously I want to do campaign missions without feeling a liability rather than an asset.
Yeah. All right, give me 1 second. Alright guys, that's it for the stream. Thank you all for watching. I will be back later tonight to do our campaign flight in the Hornet. It'll be 11 p.m. Eastern.